Let's talk about some of the other programs that you have at the foundation. The U.S. RFE Municipal Partnership Program, what is that?
Well, first of all, the RFE stands for Russian Far East.
Okay.
And it is a program that, as you can see, is funded by USAID, but it is to bring some transparency and practical skills to municipalities in the Russian Far East to help them look at their social economic planning, to engage citizens. And I think this is one of the interesting things for me. If you read a lot of the press, you talk about how democracy is being reduced and is being rolling back. In fact, the Russian government had mandated to all of their cities that you must have public hearings, you must engage your citizens, you have to listen to what their concerns are, and you need to be more open and transparent. So part of our program is partnering cities from this state and Alaska with cities in the Russian Far East, as well as provide training and other opportunities and working with universities in the Russian Far East to develop a continuing education program for them. And we have 2 Russian partners that are doing that work.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the municipal partnerships or municipal trainings, specifically in the municipal trainings, Russian Far East municipal trainings. What do you teach them? Where do you go to get people who know about well-run municipalities? And I'm not making a joke here. Seattle has had its issues, especially when it snows, and I think in the Russian Far East it snows a little bit.
It does, but they know how to deal with snow there.
They know how to deal with it. Can they teach us?
Yeah, they probably could. So there are a couple of different things. One is one of our partners who is Russian in Moscow, the Institute of Urban Economics, has been working for many, many years all throughout Russia, had received lots of training and help from U.S. partners, and they are helping with on the ground, what's the Russian reality and the Russian relation and so forth.
What is the Russian reality? I mean, if I want to build a house, a 3-bedroom, 1,500-foot rancher, I've got an acre of land, what do I have to go through?
Well, you have to go through permitting just like you do here.
Yeah.
It may be more, oh yes, absolutely.
How many years does it take to get a permit?
I really don't know that, to be honest with you. But there are rules and regulations. I think one of the things that's been really helpful is we've found, frankly, that one of the best ways to work together is to partners. And so what we've done is partnered some cities, and I know you have a couple there.
Let's talk about one in particular, the
Khabarovsk.
Okay, would you say that again, please?
Khabarovsk.
Municipal district, and we're gonna go to a picture from the website, but then let's go to some. You know, if you really want to find out where it is, you go to Google, and right there's a Google map, and there it is, not too far from Japan. Let's go to the next picture, though, because this is the city. It could be here.
Yeah.
Let's go to the click. We've got a couple more pictures here. I mean, that could be us, no snowplows in sight. And then, of course, this is a great picture because it's just like here. Let's click. They have a beach. We have a beach, too.
Yes, they do.
I don't think that we actually, well, we might be able to do that, but it looks like there are some similarities between there and here.
There are, and actually one of the reasons we partnered Seattle with the municipal district in Khabarovsk is that the municipal district wants to learn about parks, recreation, and ecotourism. Yeah. So the municipal district isn't just a city, it's almost like King County in some ways. So they have rural areas and they're looking for ways to build tourism. So we brought a delegation here, and they met with lots of people in the city, and we actually sent just recently Tim Gallagher, who's the head of Seattle Parks and Recreation. He went over with another person to give some hands-on expertise about how to go about that process. And this is, frankly, what we have found works really well. We also have partnered Leavenworth with Kamchatka. They're working on ecotourism, and they want to put together a private-public partnership. We've partnered Bremerton with Gavin, and they're looking at issues that involve with some citizen engagement. And University Place, which is the youngest city in the state of Washington, is partnered with the youngest city in the Russian Far East, Slavyanka. In fact, the city manager of University Place is there right now. We had a video conference this afternoon via Skype between the 2 cities as they're talking about strategic planning and citizen engagement.
We only have 2 minutes left.
Oh, dear.
The Sakhalin Island, you've got a business center there.
We have an office there. We have been there for 14 years. It started out as the American Business Center, and it was then developed into a fully a private business center, and we serve clients, as we also have our nonprofit staff working over there as well. So we have about 6 people in Russia working for us.
Okay, so let's talk about the foundation itself. If I
Yes.
wanted to become involved, if I wanted to support you, what would I have to do and what would I get in return?
Well, first of all, there are many ways. One is you could become a member, and we have a lot of good members that are both individuals all the way to large companies like Boeing. If you go to our website, you'll see that, and there are ways to get exposure, networking, information, different ways to get, and we have different events, just like you would suspect. We also have a lot of people who are home hosts. Right now, we have a delegation here from Belarus. Now, that's not Russia, that's Belarus. They're learning about...
I don't know where Belarus is.
Belarus is on the...
I know where Bellevue is.
It's on the western end of Russia. It used to be part of the former Soviet Union.
Oh, okay.
But they're here learning about pro bono law. So we have a lot of people who come in our home hosts. They actually take people into their homes.
What about fam trips? Do you give fam trips?
We do take trips. Well, fam trips is probably... We take trade mission trips.
Trade
and we
mission
did
trips.
one last year with the Trade Development Alliance, and we took a group into St. Petersburg. And
So if I had a business right now that sold whatever, what is it that Russia would want from me and what would I want from Russia in return?
Well, what we're really looking for and what we're promoting is more medium-sized companies working with Russia. And almost inevitably now, it's not just a straight, I want to sell you something and I want to buy. It's more, what can we do together in a joint venture? And so it really depends on the area. I mean, I've worked with people who were doing things with LCD, plasma TVs. We worked in the nuclear cities with software companies. We have companies that are working on vessel refits. There's all kinds of opportunities. And I might add that Russia is one of the biggest markets for Washington State apples.
Wow. With that, we're going to let that be the last word. Carol Vipperman, the founder and still president of the Foundation for Russian-American Economic Cooperation. It was started 20 years ago and is going very strong. There's a lot of business in Russia and that Russia wants out of us. Let's see if we can get and make it happen. FRAEC.org. We'll see you right here on Public Exposure next week. Take care.